Guys, you will not believe this. I went online searching for news as usual, and guess what I came across? Just in, presidential spokesman Ngelale steps down over family health. And I'm like, is this family health just an excuse? Or is it that he has seen enough atrocities and he doesn't want to stay any longer? Usually when these people are forced to resign or they just want to have an excuse to just step away, they all seem to think that health issue is the most logical excuse ever. The national intelligence boss recently resigned, and he also cited health issues as well. You guys remember the last chief justice, not this immediate one, the one before Kayode. He also cited health issues as well, just as an excuse to resign and step away because of the embezzlement and all of the criminal allegations against him. Now, I'm not saying that Igelale has any criminal allegations or any atrocities committed, but is it that his conscience is pricking him and he could no longer work with the presidential candidate? Anyway, in a couple of days, I know that all of a reason, everything is going to be in the open and we shall really know the true cause of his resignation. Before we go into all of the details, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Special advisor to the president on media and publicity and official presidential spokesperson, Chief Ajuri Ngelale, has announced his decision to take an indefinite leave of absence from his official duties. The announcement came through a memo submitted to the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, on Friday. In a statement, Igelale cited pressing medical issues affecting his immediate family as the primary reason for his decision. This agonizing decision was taken after significant consultations with my family over the past several days as a vexatious medical situation has worsened at home, Ngelale explained. The leave of absence will impact Gelale's multiple roles within the administration. In addition to his position as presidential spokesperson, he will also temporarily step aside from his duties as special presidential envoy on climate action and chairman of a presidential steering committee on Project Evergreen. Ngelale acknowledged the importance of his responsibility, stating, "While I fully appreciate that the ship of state waits for no man, this agonizing decision was taken after significant consultations with my family over the past several days. The duration of Ngelale's absence remains uncertain, as he described it as an indefinite leave." However, he expressed his intention to return to his national service roles once circumstances allow. I will forward I look forward to returning to full-time national service when time, healing, and faith permit, Ngelale added. You would know by this what he wrote in quotes, that he looks forward to full-time national service when time, healing, and faith. That faith, no man knows faith though. No man knows, which means it's not anytime soon, which means he would not even probably, it would not come back during Tinubu'S regime. It's indefinite leave. Indefinite leave means it's gone for good and probably might come back during another administration. But my gut feeling is telling me that something has happened that doesn't sit well with him, or probably he was sacked. Who knows? But I'm very sure that something happened that doesn't sit well with him. You know that he's very close to the presidency. He's in Aso Rock. He knows everything that goes on in Aso Rock. He knows the in and out of Aso Rock. He knows all about all of the gossip that we do not know about. So there's a reason behind it that is more than medical or health care issues. I don't think that is the absolute truth, but we shall find out in the coming days. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Rufus says the man is simply tired of telling lies to protect APC government. His conscience won't allow him seeing how Nigerians are suffering to survive. He did well to design. Exactly. Recently, the president or the NNPC recently increased pump price. Probably there's a reason. There is a reason because the timing. This man used to work for Arise. Was it Arise or TVC? I think it's Arise. He used to work for Arise News before he got the appointment. So he's a journalist and he knows what goes. He might have, seen some moves from the administration of Tinubu. Like I said, that doesn't sit well, and it's like my conscience would not allow me. And he's the one that usually put out PR. He's the one that usually put out press release for the president. He might have thought my conscience would not allow me to continue to lie to innocent Nigerians, and on what platter, just because I want to continue getting paid. Kingsley Onyekachi says, you have made the best choice by resigning. Now it's time for you to ask God for mercy and forgiveness of sins throughout your stay in that office. Then you will see the hand of God's healing in your family. Many others will still resign as a result of this. Prophets. Nkena says, Chief Ngelale, unlike Ibilokon, you have taken an intellectual decision for all the crazy means of wealth acquisition. Health should be prioritized. But contrary to your wise decision, Ibilokon finds it an impossibility to take a leave for his health, despite the frequency at which he shuttles overseas for health purposes. Interestingly, in Ngelale, your leave may reduce the series of lies you feed Nigerians on about the ugly activities of a criminal establishment in Nigeria. Sule Steve says, when Reuben Abati, the special advisor on media to Goodluck Jonathan, wrote and said there are demons tormenting residents in the villa, most people dismissed his submission. I believe those demons are guilty conscience. Because, no matter how bad an individual is, there are some certain times when you are sitting alone, your conscience will be fighting with you. Just only you will be fighting with yourself. Only you will sit down and be questioning yourself, be questioning your actions. That is this right? What you did, is this right? Only you will be tormenting yourself. So I think the demon Reuben Abati was referring to is the conscience. We all have conscience as human beings, and no matter how terrible or how very evil you can be, that conscience will come once in a while. He gave example of how women married to presidential aides had to resort to using dildos because their husband's instrument of conjugal bliss had whistled and stopped working. People coming down with unexplained illnesses. He explained how patients was always sick, but immediately they left, the sickness disappeared. Lastly, let's take one more comment from Godfrey. Now, Bayo Adid Ononuga can have free hands to continue with the job of defending lies. You all, what do you think? Do you support the idea that he resigned because his conscience could no longer take it? Is that the reason behind his resignation, or you do actually think that it is because of a health challenge that he has or one of his family member has? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you very much, you all, for always listening. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.